Okay, good morning. If you're coming into Zoom right now, we are starting in child's pose. Have the knees a bit apart, big toes together, fold your torso. Let your arms hang heavy for a moment, head heavy down to the mat. Take in your breath. As we step into our practice this morning, I wanted to start here, a little turn to inward. The opportunity to look inside, take in the power, take in what you need, and rest as well. Move in smart ways through this practice. Reach your arms out as far as you can in front. Come up to the fingertips. Lift the forearms, elbows, upper arm bones towards the sky. A little hollowing in the armpit to even reach further down the back. Hips heavy towards our heels. And then walk both hands over to the right side. Good steady stretch from left fingertips back to the left hip. Walk the hands across the center and over to the second side. Same reach. Right fingertips pulled back towards the right hip. Good to have you this morning, guys. I know it's suddenly a week that it's darker, it's raining out, so I'm glad you found me on the mat. Come on up to all fours. Extend your right leg back behind you, toes tucked and on the ground. And then lengthen the tailbone. As you lengthen the tailbone towards the heel, it should do a little bit of a tuck in the pelvis. Don't overly tuck. One way to help that is to look forward rather than down. So we're still lengthening out in the torso. Feel the strengthening come through this simple movement. And then lift the left hand up and just let left pinky finger setting down and lifting up. We're going to do this continuously. Lift and lower the left hand. As you do so, know what's happening. Notice what's happening on your right side. If you're like me, everything likes to fall towards the right there. So I'm going to do some extra work to try to square off through the hips. Push as much through the left knee as you are the bottom right hand. A couple more lift and lowers here. Sometimes it is simple work. Back to all fours. Take the left foot, toes tucked and underneath. Again, a little squaring of the pelvis and a tuck of the tailbone. Look forward. Take the right hand out in front of you now. Try to get rights and lefts correct here. So right fingertips out in front, and we'll lift and lower. Work with your breath. Keep looking a little bit forward. Press down through the right knee, down through the left hand as even as you can. Don't let the left side of the body take all of the work. And then come back to all fours, right hand, left knee down, and good old cat and cow. Every inhale, pull the chest forward and through, eyes and tailbone to the sky. On the exhale, press down through the hands and knees, round the back and drop the head. Today's movements can be done without weights. I'll give some opportunities to add in some light hand weights. You can always pick and choose when to add in or not. Go to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and lift. A little shake of the head, pedal out through the feet. And then step the right foot forward to your lunge, as big of a one step as you can. Take the twist, right hand to the sky, and then lower it down and step back. So it's the movement that we know, low lunge, add the twist, but it's almost more of a continuous movement here. Hand down and step back. Go back right side. You add a twist, lower the hand, and step back. Step the left foot forward, left hand high, lower, and step back. As I step through on each side and as I step back on each side, I'm usually hovering that same hand to give me just a little bit of space and ease in stepping up. So keep going. Do one more time to the right, one more time to the left. Lunge and twist. Step it all the way back, downward facing dog, and stay there. And then take a nice bend in your knees and walk your hands backwards to your feet. With a bend in the knees, ragdoll pose, hold on to the elbows and sway a little bit from side to side. Feel good, heavy release here. Head, neck, shoulders, all the way through the spine. And then inhale and rise up. Roll through the body, roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. Roll the shoulders forward and down a couple of times. Staying at the back of the mat, lift your arms up to the sky. Hold on to the right wrist and reach over to the left side. Come back into your center, hold on to the second side. Lift first and reach over. Nice little crescent stretch all the way through the long side of the body. Come back. You're gonna take a wide stance, like wider than your yoga mat, so you can take the length of the mat. We'll continue just a few opening stretches here. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale and release, and then take the arms forward, bend the knees for an upper back stretch, and stand back up. Inhale, bend the knees and come high. Keep the legs straight, exhale and release. Bend the knees, fold forward like cat back, and stand up. One more time, inhale, up, exhale, release the arms. Bend the knees, round the back, reach the arms forward, and stand tall. Good. Again, from the back of the mat, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands out to downward facing dog. This is our typical triple B opening here. So we're going to take the right hand, reach towards the left ankle, look underneath yourself. And then set the hand back down. Take the left hand, reach to the right side. A twisted down dog. Set the hand back down. Come forward to plank pose. We're doing 8 rather than 4 mountain climbers each time today. Knees in. From the mountain climbers, little hop to the front. Modification for the hop is, of course, a step on each side. Prayer hands lift the chest. Set the hands back down, a step or a hop back into plank. And then downward facing dog. Always bend in the knees to walk the hands back. Roll up, lift the arms to the sky. We go right back to it. Forward fold, walk it out, downward facing dog. Twisted down dog, right hand to the left ankle and set it down. Left hand to the right ankle, set it down. 8 mountain climbers. Can be steps or a little bit more of a back and forth jump. Up to your squat. Back to plank. Downward facing dog. Walk it to the feet. Inhale, nice and safe. Stand up, reach arms overhead. Exhale, fold back through. Walk the hands out. We do this repetition a few more times. Right hand to the left ankle, set it down. Left hand to the right ankle, set it down. Find a steady plank. Add the mountain climbers. Right, left, nice and quick there. Step or jump to your squat. Step or jump back. Dog pose. Maybe a little less bend in the knees as you get into the legs more, warmed up through the big muscles. And then stand up. Last time through, forward fold. Walk the hands out. Add the cross reach. Cross reach. Into plank. Mountain climbers. Knee in. Step or jump to your squat. And back. Down dog. Nice. Stretch those hamstrings as you walk the hands back in. But bend the knees for a safe stand up. And this time, palms together, center of the chest. Take a moment with your breath, just standing tall here. Heart rate's a little lifted from where we started. Release the hands, give everything a little bit of a shake. So as we come up to the top of the yoga mat, option to add in a light pair of weights in your hands here. I'm using 5-pound weights today, just so I know I'll always get through the things. Okay, with right foot forward, arms just dropped down by your side, neutral grip on the dumbbells, little bend in the knees, keep right foot forward, and step the left foot back into your high lunge. From here, bend the back knee, up and down, so little pulses. And what I'm asking for here in the pulse is that we slowly get a little bit longer and lower in the lunge. So about 8 times here. Little bend and straighten. Push back through your left heel each time. So you're exaggerating that 90 degree lunge until you're longer and lower, and then hold on to it right there. Squeeze in the glutes big time. Hammer curl, and then arms overhead. Bend at your elbows into triceps here. And we're going up and bend, up and bend, up and bend. Each time you come into the bend, we want hands, wrists to stop at about the height of our elbows. Keep the elbows squeezed in so they're headed straight up towards the sky, not out in either direction. One more time, straighten the arms, and then come down to the shoulders, lower. Set down the weights to step forward. Pick up the weights as you stand up. Second side, leave the left foot forward and step the right foot back. So we start in our pretty typical stride, back leg straight, front knee bent. Front leg stays right as it is. Take a little bend, tuck the tailbone down, still torso straight up and down. But as you bend and straighten, you're also inching that right foot a little further back and getting a little bit lower in your lunge. Once you've found your max point, hammer curl, arms overhead. We add the triceps again for 8 and raise, 7 and raise, 6 and raise, 5, 4. Remember, hold strong in the abdomen, chest nice and high here. 2 and 1. Safely bring weights back to the shoulders, extend the arms forward, and step the right foot to the left. Without the weights, stand up. Inhale, lift both arms high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Weights just off to the side so that you can step back into downward facing dog here. Lift the right leg up into the air for three-legged dog. Pull the knee into the chest and hover forward. Lift the right leg up and back. Knee towards the right elbow, so out to the side as you hover forward. And up and back. Knee to the left elbow, so twist underneath the body. And up and back. Same side, repeat those 3 one more time. So it's to the center and up and back. It's to the right and up and back. And to the left and up and back. Set the right foot down to the mat. Come forward into plank pose. All the good work in plank. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen the tailbone, tone the belly, look a little bit forward. Stay here. We're holding plank for about 10 seconds more. You've got this. And then lower flat down to the yoga mat. Reach the hands back behind you. And again, about 10 seconds here in the lift. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. This belly down back bend, lift through your thighs. Lift the head of the shoulders, the chest, look forward. And lower it down. Push back to downward facing dog. Second side, lift the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Pull into the center and up and back. Pull to the left elbow and up and back. Under the body towards the right elbow and back. We do the same 3 circuits here to the center and up, to the left and up, and to the right, up and back. Set the foot down right into your plank pose. Straight arms, press through your thumb, your first finger, grip underneath all 10 fingers here. Remember, look a little bit forward. You can always do a little rounding in the upper back to help support beyond toes or knees. And we're down to the mat. Interlace the hands behind your back this time and lift up. Squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other. Reach the hands away from your seat and back towards your heels. Lower it all the way down. Press back to child's pose where we started. Give yourself a moment, a few breaths. Nice time to grab a sip of water. And then we'll change to a seated position. As you sit down on your bum, if you'd like, grab hold of the weights again. Arms straight up towards the sky. Soles of the feet to the mat, feet about hip distance apart. So as we come a little bit back, we're going to pull like a bow and arrow to one side. And then you go all the way, sit high. You come about 1/4 of the way back, look to the opposite direction, and straight up to the sky. First side, you can drop, set the weight at any point, straight up. Second side, so it's slower here, and up. Just one more time each side. Try to keep weights as high as the shoulders, but not higher in that cross-body pull. Here we go, last time. And up. Carefully set weights down. Lower all the way onto your back. So I'm going to hold just one weight overhead here. And feet straight up to the sky. A little bit more abdominal focus. As you take the arms straight up, lift the head and shoulders off of the mat to try to touch your hands towards your feet. This is our closed position. Now open it up, straight arms, straight legs towards the ground, and then close and crunch. Open, close, and crunch. Keep going like this. Modification is to go one leg at a time or to have a very steady, meaningful bend in the knees. Like not kind of a bend, but quite a bend if you're going that route. Of course, you could drop the weight. We're here for 4 and open, for 3 and open, for 2 and open. It's looking good. 1 and open. All right, I'm gonna just set my weight down overhead. Give a little hug of the knees into the chest. And rock yourself up to a seated position. All right, our hands got a little break from being on the ground. They're coming back here. Come around to all 4s. Extend your left leg up and back behind you. Bend at the knee. Point the toes up to the sky. Keep looking forward so we pull our chest through. Try to keep the belly contained, so navel towards the spine. And then it's just pulsing up, up, up. And think every time higher, higher, higher. Barely moving here on the outward body. Keep the weight as square as you can in both hands and that bottom knee. It's just a simple raise, up, up, up. Scorpion sting, it'll get to us. Feel it's fire in the glutes here. Go ahead, stay with it, commit to it through a nice steady breath. And then we switch. Pull the same leg, switch exercises like a fire hydrant out to the side. Kick and in. Kick and in. This one gets me every single time. When you need a break, take a break, give it a breath, and then come right back to it. We are kicking for 8, in, 7, 6, 5. Try to keep everything the same. It's just the extension and flexion here. 2 and 1. Pull it in. Right into the second side. Right leg up and back. Bend the knee. And stinger straight up, straight up. So we want the right knee to be pointed down towards the sky, the toes straight up towards the sky. Do the best that you can to keep the hips square, body weight equal on both hands. If hands are getting a little tired, wrist, shoulders taking in too much, you can go to fist. or ridge tops, which is fingers on the ground, but wrist up. You're almost through here. And then we take it out to the side and kick. You're out and in, out and in. You can watch or keep the focus to the front to help keep the hips as square as we can. They're gonna open, it's gonna happen. We just do our best. You're here for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that one always hurts. Downward facing dog. Stretch it all out. Look forward to your hands and make your way to the front end of the yoga mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand all the way up, reach the arms to the sky, and take palms together, center of the chest. Okay, we have another long like sun salutation type sequence. I'm gonna again grab hold of the weights. We'll do this a couple of times, so feel free to add or subtract the weights as we go along and you find what works. Shoulder press. Similar to just our inhale, lift the arms overhead. And then we go to our forward fold. Safely set the weights down on the outside of your feet and step back to plank position. Here in plank, feet wide rather than narrow. And we do a one-armed row on each side. Pull up and down. Try to keep your weight square, pelvis square, up and down. One push-up, down and up, and then downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward into our lunge. We add in the twist from before and set the weight down. Step back to downward facing dog. Step the left foot through, find your lunge, and then pull right underneath the armpit, twist, lift the weight. Right back to the armpit, untwist, set the weight down, step back, downward facing dog. Again, step the right foot forward, this time a row to bring the weights to the waist and then come upright in the torso. It's another shoulder press here and down. Weights come down, step back to plank, and hold. Second side, bring the left foot through. It's a row. And then upright in the torso, change to your shoulder press. Lower the weights, step back, hold your plank. You're here for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump to the front end of your yoga mat. No weights for a second. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold. Grab hold of them again. With a bend in the knees, safely stand up. Okay, second time around, shoulder press. Hinge and set the weights down. Step back to plank, feet wide. One side at a time. Pull and release. Pull and release. One push-up, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to your lunge. Add the twist. Step back. Step the left foot through. Add the twist. Step back. First side again, right foot steps forward, row and stand, shoulder press. Weights down, step back. It's 10 seconds in plank. Steady the breath. Second side, left foot through, row, upright in the torso, change to your press. Weights come down, another 10 seconds here. Toes or knees each time, feet can be together now. And then step or jump, front of the mat, no weights, half lift, forward fold, pick up your weights, stand up. Nice. Last time through, it's not the whole thing. Do one more press for me. Set the weights down, step back, and you're here in plank. I'm still gripped around the weights. This time, side plank. Go to the outer edge of the right foot, the inner edge of the left foot. I'm going to switch my grip here, so right hand is flat on the ground, just feels better to me. And do that same twist in the body. Left elbow straight up to the sky, and then arm extended. Here, from side plank, using the weight, we're going to twist underneath, and then back up to the sky. Twist underneath, back up to the sky. Try to square off the hips as you come under and reach up. One more time, you come under and reach up. Bend at the elbow, set the weight down. Transfer to the second side. So I'm going to hold around the right hand with the weight, left palm flat on the ground. Come to the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right. So I've got both feet on the ground here. Not trying to stack for this version of side plank. As you pull up, think weight right into the front of the chest, the armpit, elbows straight up to the sky, and then extend. Now we want to square the pelvis as we come through and up. Center and lift. Center and lift. Center and lift. Give me one more. Try to keep those hips lifted. Carefully set it down. Weights out to the side. Two flat hands. Regular old plank. Knees down. Push back. Child's pose. To your breath. Bring your torso upright, sit back on the heels, knees together. Interlace the hands. Nice work, guys. Palms to the front and then up to the sky. We are into the cool down stretch here. Release the hands, add in a twist, look towards the right, and look towards the left. Come back to the center. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge with the back knee down, and come right on into the lunge. Keep your foot flat on the floor. A lot of weight in the back leg as well. And in that case, the knee can extend beyond the line of the ankle. Feel free to bring the hands down. Add in a bit of a quad stretch here. Take your right hand, hold on to the left foot. As you release the back leg, kick the hips back, hamstring stretch. I'm going to sit all the way back towards the heel today and fold over. One or both hands could reach towards the right foot if your balance holds. And then just easy transition through all fours, left foot forward. Here, this side, bring the hands up to the front thighs, stay with it even as the hips go down and forward. Open the arms out to the side, squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades in, like the victory at the end. And then the hands drop down, pull the back heel in. If you're adding opposite hand to foot, do that here. Release. Stretch the left leg straight. Hips can stay lifted as you kick back here, or slide to sit all the way through. Same stretch either way, just a little different. Ask in the balance. Okay, come on around to all fours. Do just a couple of cat and cows here at the end. And then take a seat, extend the legs out in front of you. One seated forward fold, lift the arms up, and fold over the legs. As you come up, change to lie down onto your back. Pull the knees into the chest and give them a good squeeze. Rock a little bit from side to side. Take the hands out in a T position and set both knees down towards the left side. If you'd like to add in, stretch the top leg straight, a little more IT band stretch there. Take it back into your center and to the second side. Set the knees down. Legs can stay stacked as is, or again, stretch the top leg straighter, hold on to the outer calf or the outer foot. Bring it all back into the middle. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Any last little unwinding movement that would feel good to you, add it in here. And then as ready, take about 1.5 minutes of stillness. You can do this lying down or in a seated position. Find your stillness for about 1.5 minutes. Even if that sounds like a long time, think I can do this for 30 seconds and then repeat it a couple of times. And then nice and slow, if you're lying back, take your time to come back to a seated position. Great way to end our practice. We had Alicia Keys there in the background. Rise up. Palms together, bring the thumbs to your sternum. Full gratitude to you, to each other, for this time of workout, of practice on our yoga mat. Thank you so much.